Hello everyone, welcome to part 1 masterclass. We are going to talk about your final 20 days. Yes, just last 20 days, the strategy that clears part 1 in still 70% less study time for all the candidates who are appearing for 30th June 2026. So we are going to talk about what to do in last final 20 days. So, hello everyone, and welcome you all. I could see many of my lovely students here from the course as well as some new candidates. So, I welcome you all on this afternoon, and here we go with a very short and crisp session because the most important thing for the last 20 days is no waste of time. We are just going to focus on the important things, and that's what we are going to talk today. So, let's start this session. So, if you only remember one thing today, stop reading and start answering. This is the key. This is the main key to success. So, stop reading and start answering. In last 20 days, questions teach faster than chapters. It's not the time to focus on the chapters or on a detailed theory. The time is to focus on questions. So keep in your mind, whenever you think like going back and reading the textbooks and doing all this, please stick to one sentence. Stop reading, start answering. In 20 days, questions teach faster than chapters. The three mistakes which a part 1 candidates make, right? So we have been doing this for over the years, trained almost 3,500 plus students, and what I see is, particularly in the last time when they meet people, okay, you have read this, you have read this, you haven't read this, you haven't read this book, and then the whole pattern gets destroyed. So reading basic science textbooks cover to cover is the biggest enemy. If you are thinking that I'll go back and I'll read the textbook cover to cover, that's one of the commonest mistake. Anatomy, biochemistry, embryology, there's too much. If you are thinking to cover them word to word for 20 days, it's impossible. Good thing is do the targeted question practice, which actually works. Second thing is ignoring the recall topics, right? It's not about the same questions appearing in exam or not, but the concepts keep on repeating. The topics are important. So part 1 repeats the same topics, same stems, sometimes maybe the same question, but usually the concepts. RCOG tests your concepts. So appear sitting after sitting the same concepts. Skip them and you skip the easiest marks on the paper. Definitely some part of paper is going to be new and unique. But I always say to my students, you do not need 100% to pass. But make a point and do not make mistake in the things which are repeatedly asked. And if you do so, nobody can stop you from passing. Third thing is reading instead of writing. Yes, you are just having the PDFs and you are trying to read because that seems to be the shortcut. When you have a PDF, you quickly go through it. Oh, I know, I know, I know, I know. And this is how the time just goes off. And you think that I have retained because you just read and then with the second time you go and look at it and you think that yes, I know. But that's not it works. So best is solve your questions yourself. Read the question, tick mark, read the question, tick mark, and do some questions in one go. Don't just do one question, look at the answer, do one question, look at the answer. Practice in the exam like way. And whenever you are solving the question, what are the related points which you remember and which you can recall? Just jot them on the paper. So, reading creates familiarity, writing creates retention. Reading just tells you, like, yes, I know this, I am familiar to this, but it's not certain whether you will be able to recall that in the exam or not. But writing creates the retention. So when you write, when you actively recall from your mind and you write the points, that's how the retention is created. So reading instead of writing. In the last 20 days, every fact you cannot write from memory is a fact you never know. So the most common three mistakes, which I am pretty sure that you all are not going to make. So doing more questions, ignoring the recall topics is a mistake. Doing more questions is a solution. Focusing on the recall topics is a solution, and writing more rather than reading is the solution. So these three solutions you are going to have here. So the shift that changes the result and that gives you the miracles. Stop reading new basic science chapters, making fresh notes, nothing. Trying to learn every topic, watching day by day new videos, new lectures, and reading without writing. This is the biggest problem. What you can do rather is past recall questions daily. Do as much as 100 questions in a day. It may sound like 100 questions in a day. How is this possible? But I think the training which we have given to our students, those who have been studying and they are doing like 50, 60 questions, they can even do 100 questions in 1 to 1.5 hours. So it's a very quick thing. So past recall questions daily, writing answers before checking. Writing answers before checking, high yield topics from trusted sources, targeted weak area drilling. This is a very effective solution. When you solve, when you write, you exactly know which topic you are forgetting, and then you can just go and read that aloud. So revise that particular topics where you are weak. That is the most important thing. But for that, you should be very clear what exactly need to be read. Mock tests are the most important ones. You need to have the mock so that you exactly know how much you can recall. So reading creates familiarity, writing creates retention, and choose retention. So reading creates familiarity, writing creates retention. Choose retention over familiarity. So your 20 days plan. What should be your 20 days plan? Two phases, two jobs. Do not blur them. The prominent thing that divide this 20-day period into days 1 to 13 and day 14 to 20. In day 1 to 13, this is a subject per day revision. Cover one major subject per day. Cover one major subject per day. For lighter subjects like biochemistry, microbiology, or immunology, you can combine two in a day as well. And particularly looking at what are your strengths and weaknesses, you can make this plan. But for next 20 days, divide this into 1 to 13 days because you cannot leave any subject. If at all, for any reason you are thinking to leave any subject, then that is the worst thing to do. So please do not leave any subject. Even the biostatistics is very important, and it has almost like 15, 20, 25 questions in the exam. So subject a day revision. Cover one major subject per day. For lighter subjects, you can even have like two subjects in a day or maybe three subjects in 2 days, right? So that is how it is. And focus only on the high yield topics and the recalls and the important questions here. Next 40 to 20 days should be dedicated totally to questions. Reattempt all recall questions, do timed mocks under exam conditions, write the answer before checking, no passive reading at this point. Day 14 to 20 is predominantly about the question solving and writing. So reattempt, and reattempt. Phase 1 builds the base and phase 2 turns it into the marks. This should be the clear strategy which you should be following here. Now, in day 1 to 13, one subject per day, two for the smaller ones. Don't try to cover everything. Cover the repeats. The topics that appear in every sitting are 70 to 80% of your marks. Drill those and then let the rest go. What I am telling you is focus on the topics which come again and again, and if you are not going to make mistake in those repeated things, nobody can stop you from making pass. Large subjects, 1 day each, like anatomy, physiology, pathology, half a day theory, half a day questions. Questions first, theory second. Open the question, attempt it, then read the explanation. The friction is the learning. But first, try to write why you are answering this question. What is the explanation? What is the rule behind it? Smaller subjects, 2 in a day: biochemistry, microbiology, terminology, statistics, mix them in 1 day. Mark every wrong answer. Your wrong answer list becomes your phase 2 study material. Whatever goes wrong in the first cycle, that you need to just take care of that particular point and revise it predominantly in the second phase, and don't lose it. Topics that repeat every sitting. If you have covered nothing else by day 13, cover these at least. In anatomy, pelvic vasculature, like internal pudendal artery, ureteric course, fetal circulation, perineum, this is a must to do. For physiology, the renal handling in pregnancy, acid-base balance, cardiac changes, or the changes in various organ systems in pregnancy, the most important part. Biochemistry, the steroid synthesis pathway, lipid metabolism, and the enzymes, vitamins, they are the important topics which repeatedly comes in exam. Pharmacology, uterotonics, antihypertensives, antibiotics in pregnancy. Microbiology is the Pseudomonas, GBS, common STI organisms, Listeria, they are important. For statistics, calculations from the 2 by 2 table, that is sensitivity, specificity, NPV, positive predictive values, study designs, what are the various tests which can be used. Embryology, all the embryology of genitourinary system. Pathology, like malignancy, is often asked. There will be many questions about it. Endocrinology, the thyroid, the adrenal disorders, and the PCOS. Menopause, they carry the maximum significance. So just focus on the repeatedly asked topics. Phase 2 comes your days 40 to 20. Recalls, mocks, active recall, no new theory. So the mock isn't a test, mock is a data. Your score does not matter, your debrief does. How well you take up your mistakes from there and how well you can work on them, that defines the success. It's not important that you get a very good marks in mock. If you are getting, that's a very good thing. But if not, then it's an opportunity to improve before you go to the final exam. So spend 3 times more time debriefing than taking the mock. Mock you have done, now spend enough time on it to decipher what went wrong. Redo all recall questions. Every question marked in phase 1, no skipping, timed conditions, build pattern recognition. Write before you check. For every wrong question, write the correct answer in your own words. Don't read, just read the explanation. 2 full mocks definitely are reading, okay, because paper 1, paper 2 with a gap, so that you know that how it seems exactly like when you do so many questions in a day with a small gap. So do your mock test exactly in an exam like pattern, like paper 1, take a half hour break, do a paper 2 and see yourself how it works. No new theory after day 17. Whatever you don't know by day 17, let it go. New material now creates confusion and not marks. So do not think about going for repeatedly the new things. Just revise what is there. So one technique which really works, and which is the one which has led to the 100% pass rate for us, right before you read. This is what I always promote. How to use active recall in 20 days. Look at the question stem only. Cover the option. Write your full answer and reasoning on the paper. Now compare with the explanation. If you got it right, move on. If you are wrong, rewrite the correct version in your own words. So, write before you read. How to use active recall, 4-step process. Look at the question stem only, write your answer and the reason why you have chosen this. I call it as a rule. What is the rule which you used here? Now compare it with the explanation or the answer given. If it is right, you are good to go. You are confident that you know it. But if it is wrong, rewrite the correct version in your own words. Reading what you already know feels productive. It isn't, right? So, this is very, very important. The last 3 days, less study, more sleep. Protect what you're built, right? Now, last 3 days are the time where you have to protect what you have already read. Otherwise, like anxiety can burn out everything. So, last 3 days rule, you can't learn anything new now. You can only protect what's there. You can learn, but this is not advisable because anxiety burns the memory, sleep saves it. So, take some rest, do a revision, solve the questions till the end, but try to be also calm and take adequate sleep, rest, stay well hydrated. Light revision only, skim your recall list and pattern rules. No fresh question banks, no fresh notes. Sleep is the strategy, 8 hours every night. Sleep consolidates the memory, late night cramming destroys it. Never do this just one day before the exam, one night before the exam. Please don't do on that particular day because next day, whole day, you have to be in your full awake sense and you need to put in all your brains. So please don't do that on the last day. Many of you might be traveling also, so please keep that last day very cool and safe. Exam day rehearsal. Practice the exam day routine 2 days before. As I said, do the mock exactly in the exam like pattern. Take your morning breakfast, sit at around that time, do your first paper, take a half day, a half hour break, and then come back and do the second paper. So just do rehearse yourself in an exactly exam like pattern. In my course students, those who are there, they will be getting their mock, and I will be recommending them that do this in exactly exam like pattern. If panicked, stop. Anxiety isn't a signal to study more, it's a signal to rest. Trust what you have built, right? So, trust what you have built and follow the system which you have decided yours for yourself. Here's what 20 days really is. Not enough time to learn everything, but more than enough time to pass. Just put up this quote in front of you. It is still more than enough time to pass. So if you act on the plan, not just the panic, you can easily pass. So better is don't go with the P of the panic, but go with the P of the plan. So remember, 20 days is more than enough time to pass. So please do not panic. Just plan those 20 days for the further preparation. And if you want this plan drill, two ways we can help you. If you are in the crash course, like appearing for 30th, you want to go with the crash course, then you are welcome. Get the pack now. And if you are for the next exam or you are not sure about this exam, then full course is open for you, which covers everything with the 3-time revision. It comes everything with the 3 times revision, and that's what we cover in our course with all the recalls, all the question bank, everything included into that. So full course, revision course, mocks, recalls, everything included in a simple pack. Phone numbers are given at this. You can reach out to us for any help we can help you with. Now the session is open for the questions. So plan smart, pass fast, and see you on the other side of the 30th June. For all my part 1 students, I'm waiting for you in the part 2 as well. All the very best for your exam. So you can ask your questions, whatever you have, and I'll be happy to answer those questions. Mock test links that don't expire in 25, so we can attempt as and when required. Yes, so basically because these are timed links, so they are for certain period of time. But you can always write back to support@mrcogcourses.com and get your fresh links and keep attempting till you as many times as you want to practice. So you can just keep on doing as many times as you want to practice. That's the, yes. Anything else? Anything else? Any more questions from anyone? I would love to have the questions around. Yes. Okay, so thank you, Dr. Mariam. Thank you. My video is not available. Can't hear you. I think the voice is clear. Everybody could hear you, and video is also available. So that's not the issue. You can see me on the screen. If you are not able to, you can just refresh your screen and you will be able to. Yeah, Dr. Dipti, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Any questions? Any questions? Any questions from anyone? Thank you, Dr. Asma. Thank you, everyone, for joining in and staying here. We have the full course. Do we need to subscribe anything else to get more recalls and questions? Oh, Dr. Parisa, you have already all the recalls from 2015 till date. You have all the questions also. So just keep following. Dr. Archana, clarity call when to do, ma'am? Clarity call for us those who want to join in for the new batch. You are already a student, so you can always get in touch with me whenever you need my help. Dr. Vandana, thank you. Dr. Anubha, thank you for joining in. Good, very good. Yes. Okay. Okay, so any more questions? Any more questions? Okay, so we can finish this session here. Thank you everyone for joining and keep practicing, and we'll meet again with the next session and in the live class as well. Bye bye. Take care. All the very best for the exam, and I'm looking forward to see you on the other side. Bye bye. Take care.